Good morning, everyone. Morning. Welcome to our March 21st, 2024 Special Magistrate hearing for the Building Division. If there's anyone who wishes to speak at today's proceedings, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings? Yes. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, please silence all of your devices. Our first case is on page 37. Property address 1425 Northeast 57th Street. Owner 1425 Northeast 57th Street, LLC. Case number CE23120276. The city is requesting to vacate the order from February 13, 2024.
Your Honor, good morning. I can explain briefly for the record. Rhonda Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office. We have, Ms. Johnson and I have met with counsel for the property owner, and we are in agreement that the prior order suspending the property should be vacated due to some irregularities in the orders.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please state your name for the record. I'm assuming you're in agreement with that.
Yes, I'm in agreement.
Okay, so ordered.
All right.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 38. Property address.
No, Kevin, this one too. This is the
One more. Property address 1425 Northeast 57th Street. Owner 1425 Northeast 57th Street, LLC. Case number CE24030393. Notice posted at the property on 3/13/24. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3/13/24.
Good morning.
Good morning. Katrina Johnson, Code Compliance Manager for the City of Fort Lauderdale Community Enhancement and Compliance Division. On December 10, 2023, the property in question received 3 violations on case CE23120274 for exceeding gathering occupancy, improper vacation rental parking. Go ahead.
Excuse me, those of you in the back, please, if you could just keep the noise down to a minimum, please. Thank you so much.
And noise exceeding the audible threshold 50 feet from the property line. On March 8, 2024, the property received 4 violations on case CE 24030330 for exceeding gathering occupancy, improper vacation rental parking, failure of the responsible party to arrive at the property within 1 hour time frame, and noise exceeding the audible threshold 50 feet from the property line. On March 9, 2024, occupants of the property engaged in behavior resulting in a shooting and subsequent citizen death. The city is requesting revocation of the vacation rental certificate of compliance effective immediately.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I could just supplement for the record purposes, in addition to the regular required statutory and code notice requirements under 162 and Chapter 11 of the City Code, the property owner's attorney, who is present, was emailed on March 13th at 10:29 a.m. as well as yesterday at 9:48 a.m. Of this hearing for revocation. And at this time, Your Honor, we would like to enter into the record the cover sheet of the incident report, and I have someone here from the police department to authenticate that. So if I may just ask her a few questions, please. Ma'am, can you please state your name for the record?
Samantha Reynolds,
And where are you employed?
the Police Department Records Unit.
And what is your position with the police department?
I'm the records manager.
And as the record manager, I'm showing you a document that's actually, let me just handing one to council, Your Honor. At the top, it says Fort Lauderdale Police Department Incident Report 34240432337-1. Can you tell us what this one-page document is?
This is the cover sheet for the report.
And can you tell us the address for this report?
Yes, it's 1425 Northeast 57th Street.
And what is the date of incident?
March 9th, 2024.
And what is the offense that is listed?
It's a homicide.
And is this a record that is regularly kept in the course and scope of business at the City of Fort Lauderdale Police Department?
It is.
And can you just explain for the magistrate why there are so many redactions in this cover sheet?
It is an active, ongoing investigation.
So, Ms. Reynolds, the report would not be available until the investigation has concluded. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I have no other questions, Your Honor.
Okay.
We'd just like to admit this as an additional exhibit, which I've also handed to council, which shows that on March the 9th, there was a homicide that occurred at the vacation rental property at the address that has been read into the record.
Please state your name for the record.
Kevin Correa.
Okay, Mr. Correa, what would you like to inform me of?
As I explained to Rhonda before the meeting, my client is moving forward with desisting from Airbnbs. They'll be renting long-term, 12 months or longer, or selling the property.
Okay, all right. In that case, I'm going to revoke the license. I don't do that lightly because I know people depend on this for income, but this is a case where there's 7 violations and a homicide, and it just can't be ignored.
Understood. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case, Inspector Preston Mark, is on page 31. Property address 900 Mandarin Isle, 1-2. Owner 2400 Del Lago Drive, LLC. Case number BE 2306-0081. This case was first heard on 10/19/23 to comply by 11/30/23. One section complied at $50. Total fines $4,550. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative cost of $946.31.
Good morning. Preston Mark, Bill Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. The respondent is here to speak.
So she left. Okay, so she left.
Good morning. Please state your name for the record. Michael Friedman. Okay, and what would you like to tell me in mitigation of the fines? In other words, why did it take so long?
I think the short answer is COVID. And the fact that I wasn't able to pull the permit myself because I'm not or the property's in an LLC, and I had to source out a new contractor. That took a considerable amount of time.
Okay, it looks like the city's willing to reduce this to administrative costs of $946. Are you in agreement with that?
I feel it's very unjustified for the reason that there was nothing wrong with the property itself. It was just a paperwork glitch. Once I received the permit, within 2 days, I had to sign off that the property or the work was done properly. I just feel it's unjustified.
Okay. All right, I will reduce the fine to $500. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 29. Property address 3900 Galt Ocean Drive. I'm sorry, 3700 Galt Ocean Drive, number 1203. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti. Case number CE 1202-1671, owner Negi Trong. My apologies.
That's close enough.
Thank you. This case was first heard on 5/21/15 to comply by 7/2/15. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $150,600, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, Building Inspector Saragusti from the city presenting the case number as read. The case is not complied. I will let the respondent to speak.
The reason was when he inspected it, there were minor issues.
One moment, ma'am, I'm sorry. Please, everyone, please keep your voices down to a minimum. If you have to speak at a louder tone, please step outside. Thank you.
Please state your name again.
Na Trong. I was talking to the inspector that day, and he said there were minor issues and he could pass it. And I said, I was gutting out that place. I bought it in 2004. I moved here to be close to my parents. Well, I lost my dad in 2019, but I came here for that reason, and I'm still here. But I said, I'm sick and tired of these contractors ripping me off because I'm from the Midwest, you know what I mean? And so, but then I wasn't disabled, you know? I didn't get hit by a garbage truck back then. I got hit, and I've had surgeries, and I've had a lot of trauma since then. But that's probably one of the reasons why I've left it so long, because I've been struggling to survive, and, you know, I had, like, metal in my neck and everything now. But I had an accident, a motorcycle accident in 2008, and the 2015 accident really put me out when I got hit by the garbage truck waiting for AAA at the Sharon West exit, the old Sheridan. But anyway, so I said, don't pass it. But the guy went bankrupt. But he was going to pass it anyways. I just wanted him to do it right. I just want them to do it right. But all my inspections from everything else passed. It was just the windows. But since he said he would pass it, I didn't take it seriously. And I've seen the hurricane with the tornado inside it from that balcony. I was telling my physical therapist, and I grew up in Kansas. I'd never even seen a tornado. So it's pretty safe. And the windows, they were going to be passed anyways. But the guy went bankrupt. And so I would have had to get a new inspector or new permit and stuff. I'm not sure. One of the people in the building said that they were going to send out somebody for me.
I'm not exactly sure what the issue is. You need a
the
new
windows.
Let me finish.
I'm sorry.
It's easier for the recording if we don't speak at the same time. Is your problem that you no longer have a contractor to close out the permit?
No,
or
the
is
permit's still open. That's what my manager downstairs said. He said, I said, yeah, that's a long story. I was telling him, I was like, it was going to be passed, but I was getting screwed by all these contractors overpricing.
So who was bankrupt?
The window company.
Okay.
Because they sent, their attorney sent me a letter. I don't know how they went bankrupt. I don't know how they work on windows here, because I know there's, you know, I'm from Kansas, so there's a lot of fraudulent things that happens all over that I've had experience with and I have dealt with. And you know, I actually have a hearing for a lawsuit on the 25th with my attorney. But, so I wanted them to do it right. Yeah. But he went bankrupt. But the thing is, the inspector was going to pass it anyways. Mr. Saragusti. I mean, I'm sure he remember me if he still works here.
He's here.
Is it you, sir? You remember my condo? My window?
No, I didn't inspect. I've been with you
Inspector.
in the office. I am the inspector. I have the case. I didn't make the inspection.
Oh, you were the one I talked to that day?
But I will request 63 days extension and stop the fines.
Okay.
What?
And mandatory reappearance.
Okay.
Reappearance? So you want me to have it re-inspected?
Now, wait 1 second. 63 days suspension. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to give you a pause for 63 days for you to get the property inspected and close out the permits, okay?
So I don't have to open
And I will stop the fines during that period of time. But you're going to have to come back and address the fines that have already accrued, because this has been going on since 2015, and a lot of fines are on this property.
You can't imagine what's...
I know,
you know.
I know. And I will give, you know, your hardships every consideration once the property's being brought into compliance.
Yeah, sure,
okay?
no problem.
All right.
I'm all about compliance.
And you're going to have a notice to reappear, too.
Okay.
And that will be on my May 23rd docket.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Do I pick up anything on my way out?
No, you can just go. You'll get an order in the mail. You're welcome.
Our next case is on page 3. It's a new business case. Senior Inspector Leonardo Martinez. Property address 4040 Galt Ocean Drive, 716. Owner, Ocean Manor Suites, LLC. Case number BE 23120082. Notice posted at the property on 1/30/24. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3/7/24.
Good morning. Building Inspector Leo Martinez, representing the city, case Sanares as read. I visited this property, and after walking the building from the 10th floor to the 5th floor, I observed the owner of Unit 716 installed a door on the premise BLD-WIN-230900034, like a replacement of the door that was in there before. When I visited the property, I realized that the owner enclosed part of the corridor to make it part of his unit. He enclosed part of the corridor of the building to make it part of his unit. He moved the door to the front, and that was the issue there. The mentioned permit was applied and obtained as this was a door replacement, and that was a false statement or misinterpretation of facts in the application of the permit. That door was enclosed in part of the building corridor, and its installation was affecting the owner of Unit 712 when accessing her unit. The property was cited with work without permit on the Florida Building Code 2020, Section 105.1. This case was opened, and inspection report was mailed to the property owner, which I spoke to him. I explained to him that the door that he installed was blocking part of the building corridor, and for the case to be compliant, he needs to remove the door and return the corridor to its original use. I asked him for entrance into his unit to see what was the use of that corridor that he enclosed. And then I will let him know if he required a permit to remove the door, or if he can do it since he didn't, since the door was installed without permit initially. I explained the layout of the building from the 10th floor to the 5th floor is the same, and his unit is the only one that has that corridor blocked. Case was opened, and inspection report was mailed to the owner on December 11 of 2023. The notice of hearing was posted at the property on January 30 of 2024. The owner never returned my call. I mean, I was expecting for him to let me know if I can access the unit. So we are asking your honor to find that the violation does exist and to grant the property owner 28 days to come into compliance or fines of $100 per violation per day thereafter. I let the respondent to speak.
Okay, sir, please state your name for the record.
Yes, my name is Charles Sposato.
Okay, are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 28 days?
No, ma'am. I'd like to discuss.
Certainly.
Okay. May I speak? I don't want to step on. Okay. With all due respect, Mr. Martinez, not everything you said was accurate. I did offer you to come in on our one and only phone call. You told me that I could have my day in court or fix the door that was shut shut. But if I could give you a little chronological history of this door and some of the research my wife and I have taken time to do. So we purchased the property, Unit 714 and Unit 716, in May of 2022. At that point, the door was there, the exact same spot. May I give it to you? It's the exact same spot that it is today.
Sir, you can't speak without being in front of the mic, and that
Okay,
photo
I see the door.
isn't part of the record because it's on your computer. You've got to go back there, please.
So, may I enter it into the record? I mean, how else do you get to see it?
Well, usually you bring printed copies, but continue.
Okay. So, the door was there. Now, let me go on chronologically. And this is a little step away, but it'll help you understand why we're here today. So I contracted to purchase Unit 323 on July of 2022 from Ms. Katerina here, who's anxious to speak also. She took our deposit. We had settlement scheduled for August. She did not show up to settlement.
Of what year?
August 2022.
Okay.
She did not show up for settlement in August.
Sorry, excuse me, does this have to do with the door? The case with the door? Nothing else with the door? I mean, that's what we're discussing here.
I understand that, Mr.
Okay.
Martinez. You were very clear and somewhat rude on our phone call.
Okay, sir, you know, what I need to hear is what's pertinent to Unit
Well, I'm gonna tell you-
716.
I'm going to explain to you why there was a complaint in the first place. The door had been there for some 30-some years. Frank Tallarito, who owns the building, ever since he owned it, the door was there. And it was hinged to swing in front of Miss Katerina's door. Well, after we filed a case for specific performance, all of a sudden Miss Katerina here, or whatever, had problems with the door and filed it.
So you didn't install the door?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Okay.
It was there for, like I said, 30-some years. People are telling me.
I get it.
Okay, sorry.
It's all right.
So, after our case got placed, I have the case number for you. This door became a problem that day, although it was there when she purchased the unit.
The question is the door in violation of the permit?
It is not.
Well, please address that.
Your Honor, excuse me, the door is blocking part of the corridor. The same layout from the 10th floor to the 5th floor is the same, and he's on the 7th floor. And if he purchased the unit as that, now is when it was bring to our attention that the door was installed there. That's why we are...
How old was the permit that was pulled for this door?
Well, the permit that was pulled and never called inspection. He never called inspection. And the door was flipped head down. I don't know for what reason, but the inspection never were called because that would never pass inspection. Okay?
All right.
Once again, that's not 100% accurate.
I understand. I understand you didn't do that.
Okay. So there have been 794 permits on doors in that building since 1980. I didn't go back any further. I couldn't go back any further. So 794 door permits to be replaced and changed. I find it, and inspected. I find it very difficult that out of 794 with multiple different times that took place, that no one ever found fault with the door. When Mr. Jorge Martinez came in to look at the door, I brought him in my unit, I showed him that, and it's not really a car because our door is blocked off.
Okay, you need to stand in front of the microphone.
Oh, sorry. It's
okay.
not really a corridor as you may envision by that word. It's a hallway that ends with a door. And the door is where I showed you. But Mr. Martinez, the first Mr. Martinez, said, Charlie, the door swings in front of unit 712. So you need to change the hinging because when it opens up in front of unit 712, it blocks it. I said, fine, and I changed the door at about $3,000. I called a permit, I changed the door to swing the other way, so it would not block this. Even though it's a closet, that's all it's used for is a closet, it would be impossible to block 712's entrance. And I have pictures of all that, and I apologize, they're not in the paper format. So now we come to Mr. Martinez. I called him and said that this unit, that 718, which is next to my unit, I'm in a corner, had been remodeled, changed, added a bathroom, which is against the condominium rules. And then he calls me up saying that there's a problem with my door after I got from the first Mr. Martinez and complied with. And the record shows that it was inspected and approved, was permitted, inspected, and approved. It's right here in the city's documents. And I've done everything to try to comply and be reasonable. I'm not sure Mr. Martinez is so dedicated to this case. The people have been harassing us in several ways, including taking a camera. We have video, the hotel video, him taking our surveillance camera down off the door. Yesterday at 1 o'clock, we have video of
Okay,
taking
I can't get into neighbor squabbles. I really
well,
can't. I need to stick to the permitting violation.
I agree with you. And the neighbor squad was the reason this all popped up. And I believe it's unfound. With 794, I could bring as many witnesses in as you like, including the man that owns the hotel, saying, who also spoke to the building department and to, I think, Joe, I think. I also spoke to Joe about this case. And I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, with all due respect.
Okay, all right. Are you here as a witness? Okay, please step forward.
Hello,
Please state your name.
My name is Katrina Podolian. I'm the neighbor of this unit, which is under the violation. I'm owner of Unit 710. Property owner of Unit 716 previously lied, and now we're in special magistrate under the conditions of misrepresentation of the facts and the permit application. I said in louder bill, unsafe and hazard door that can hurt someone badly, so I'm here to tell the facts as is. The door of Unit 716, 4040 Gold Ocean Drive, Fort Lauderdale, was moved from original spot forward, very tight to my door. I actually filed extra pictures for the email DCAHILL, and I just email extra pictures because this case is 2 years old, so there is some extra evidences. And as a result, the part of common hallway was stolen. This is a legal door open outward into what is very dangerous for anyone who stay in front of it and can hurt anyone. For a child, it could be deadly. It's very uncomfortable to open my door because I can stand in front of my door. Also, there is a handle out of this door which stick out to the side was cause additional inconvenience.
Is that even after he changed the hinges to open?
Yeah, so now it's handle to handle, like this. Handle to handle, like okay. Corner to corner.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, owner of the unit, Mr. Spasata, owner of the unit 760, installed 2 large surveillance cameras right on this door and moved them toward to my door lock. So there is a door lock, I have to push it. So it's moved right to my door. It's also on the picture which was emailed to this email, what was provided on the registration. I have to move this camera away from my door, but very soon it's again look at my door, and it's like every day. So he's trying to watch my unit from inside, record it, and what else to do. So he just recording my unit. It's the door to door is very close.
Okay.
Camera is 180 degrees, so I have to move it every day away from my door and from my door lock. It's a safety issue. It's a really safety issue of the door and of these illegal cameras. 2 cameras on 1 door. It's a hallway, no one there, just 2 doors, mine and his door. And he installed 2 cameras. It's on the picture on your email. You can check it later. So it's a spying cameras, actually. It's a dead end, as I say before, small hallway, only 2 doors, they are mine, and this is a legal door. I ask it today, Magistrate, this door will be moved back to its original place and made the same as on other floors. 5th, 6th, 8th, 9th, 10th floors. All the floor look the same, just this illegal door.
What I'm seeing as
Thank
a
you.
conflict here is whether or not this door passed inspection at some point.
No. No. The building department will never authorize something to change the initial structure of a building and how it was designed. That's part of the corridor. That's part of the corridor. And I went there, and really, it's amazing that that door was installed there. The next door unit cannot stand in front of the door to open it because.
Okay, well,
Your Honor, if I could, because the assistant building official, the senior building inspector, and I discussed this case yesterday, because there is a hold on this permit to revoke it, and the assistant building official did review this matter and can also shed some light for Your Honor.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
just to
you.
paint, I mean, it's a pretty clear picture. A permit was issued to replace the door because it was represented that it was a simple door replacement, which in his case, it probably was. But at some point, the hallway, the corridor was enclosed. He lives on the end unit. He enclosed the end of the hallway, creating a vestibule of sort for himself. He's certain, in doing so, his door is within inches of the neighbor, which I agree with her is an extreme inconvenience. It would never have been approved that way. It's evident from the mirrored floor plans of the units and the floors below that was at some point done without a permit. Perhaps it wasn't done by this owner, but at some point it was done without a permit. And he attempted to get a permit once it was complained upon that a door was installed, but it exceeded that. It was in complete end of the corridor that was enclosed, creating a vestibule for his unit, and rightfully so, the neighbor has a
Okay.
justifiable complaint.
All right, so,
And Your Honor, the door has to be removed. It's
The hallway has to be removed.
The door in the hallway has to be removed. It's not permittable.
yeah. You understand, wait 1 second, let me speak. You understand that even if you pulled a proper permit, if you exceeded the terms of the permit, or if someone else did, and you now own this property, you are still responsible to correct the violation, okay? So there's no such thing as grandfathering it in because it happened a long time ago. If the violation is found after the fact, that permit can be revoked, okay? And so that's basically what's in front of me today. And not only is it taking up, is it in violation because of the code, but you're also encroaching on property that isn't yours. It may not have been your intent, I get that, but it's got to be fixed, okay? So you can have one last word, but then I got to move on.
I understand, there's a lot of people here. Where does it fall in that the building inspector sent out by the city, Mr. Jorge Martinez, was inside and outside, saw the permit, agreed with the permit?
Sir, you didn't even hear what I said. I said, even if a permit is granted, if the inspection goes through, all of it, and they later find out that you exceeded the permit, or that something was done in violation of the code, they can revoke that permit.
I understand that, ma'am, but he was in the
Okay,
unit
I'm not
when
going to
I
argue
started to.
anymore,
All
okay?
right.
Anything else from the city before I rule?
28 days extension for him to remove the door and get it back to its original position, what it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Over $100 per day thereafter. And to be recorded, order to be recorded.
Yes.
Could someone explain the appeal process to me, ma'am?
You'll have to seek legal advice for that. You are entitled to an appeal, but I can't give you legal advice, okay?
I understand that.
All right, 28 days or $100 a day thereafter.
Well,
In
Thank you.
order to be recorded.
several months to get a certified contractor to move the door the first time. I'll be happy to call him back, but one door, they don't have a lot of interest in. And in order to do the work, it has to be a city
Well, if you
license.
run into a problem, contact the inspector and you can ask for an extension.
Okay.
All right?
Thank
you.
Our next case is on page 34. Hearing to impose fines. Inspector Preston Mark, property address 2021 Southwest 35th Ave. Owner Thomas Shawalo. Case number CE 16110405. This case was first heard on 7/6/17 to comply by 8/17/17. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $100. Total fine $63,000. The city is requesting to abate fines.
Inspector Preston Mark, on behalf of the city, case and address as read. The respondent is here to address the court.
Hello.
Hello. I assume you're in agreement to abate the
Yes,
fines?
ma'am. Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
All right, an easy one for once. Thank
Yes,
you. So
yes.
ordered.
Thank you so much.
Our next case is on page 22. Senior Inspector Alexander Obores, property address 1501 Southeast 15th Street. Owner, the Island Club Condo Association, Inc. Case number BE 23010100. This case was first heard on 7/20/23. To comply by 9/21/23. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $3,100, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, Your Honor. Inspector Alvarez with the City of Fort Lauderdale, updating you on case number and address as read. This case is not yet in compliance. The respondent is here to speak.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Lee Ballard, the attorney for the Island Club Association, and I have here the new president, Mr. Chris Barone.
Okay, how come it's taken so long? Where are we at? Give me a progress report.
Sure. Well, this condo in particular, it's a small condo just down the street, and it's been plagued with issues starting at the end of 2022. The management company that was handling all the issues and all the maintenance went out of business. Took all the records with them, wrapped up in litigation. We've had about 3 different boards that tried to address this. This originally was a repair of an AC cooling tower that incorporated a number of other elements, the fence around it, the slab. The association did work, prior board worked to get an engineer, do the shoring work to make sure it's safe. A previous safety confirmation letter was submitted a few hearings ago. Now we've had a new president come in January and have been working. He's contacted, I'll let him speak in just a moment, contacted no less than 6 different AC companies to try to get them to come out here and do this. Originally it was repairs, and then nobody would do it because the project was too small. So the project shifted to just a replacement of this AC cooling tower. And I'll let Mr. Barone kind of speak to his efforts. A bid finally did come in.
How much time is your client asking for?
We're asking for at least 60 days to pull the trigger on one of these final contracts that we received literally last night at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
So we can get permits in process and we can show progress on this.
Okay, all
My
right.
name is Chris Barone. I'm with the HOA. I literally make this quick, much quicker than the previous person. I bought December 28th of 2023. I became the president January 15th of 2024. This is our main concern. This runs the HVAC system for all 20 units. If this goes down, we'll be in hotels. You know summer's coming. I've spent literally at least 300 hours in the past 2 months contacting. These are my records of everybody I've
Okay,
contacted.
is there an objection to 63 days?
Your Honor, the issue is that this case, it's been over a year. The first time it was presented, it was on July 20th of last year. Before that, we supported some extensions, and I can see here there's been at least 3 extensions. This cooling tower sits adjacent to the boat dock, and when we initially went out there, it was it was just basically sitting on stepping stones. So there was some kind of hazard there. They did take some actions as per an engineer recommendation to take a temporary, to secure it temporarily. Our concern is that, again, hurricane season, it's going to be here in a few months, and there's no action has been taken. For that reason, the city cannot support any additional extensions. We don't even have a permit application in place. We have nothing.
If I may?
Yes.
We do, after contacting 6 different companies, many of which didn't respond, we had one in particular, Don Rist at Shoreline, that came in and said, hey, I'll get you this proposal after months of waiting. As of the 20th, which was yesterday, it came in last night. The association has its 2 competitive bids that are required by statute. All they need to do is set the board meeting, vote on it, approve it, and then they can go to pull permits. And that process won't take very long. So that's why we're asking. We've had situations where each board change, management company going out of business, records get lost, and the people that were previously handling the case sell, and we have to start over, particularly with changing the scope of work from just repair to replacement. But at this point, we're right there where we have the bids. We just need that board meeting, and then we can pull the trigger and pull the permits. And that's what we're asking for, just additional time, either a continuance or one last extension.
Council, is the board meeting scheduled for a date certain?
Not yet. We just got the second proposal.
March 20th. Last night at 5 o'clock you came in.
Okay, I'm going to give you one final extension for 28 days, and in order to reappear on my docket in April, okay, April 18th, and that's the last extension you will get, and I want, by then, the progress being made, the board has voted, all of that is in place, the permits have been pulled,
Applied for at least.
applied for,
Right,
et cetera,
yes.
okay?
Okay.
All right,
Thank you very much.
all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
Excuse me. Our next case is on page 37, Senior Inspector Jose Sadagusti, property address 511 East Broward Boulevard, owner West Pavilion LTD, case number BE 23080329. This case was first heard on 2/15/24 to comply by 3/21/24. One section not complied at $50. This case was ordered to reappear.
Jose Saragusti, building inspector for the city, presenting the case number as read. The case is not complied. I will let the respondent to speak.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
Michael Rahal.
Okay. What's going on with the property?
A portion of the roof caved in. I have a permit that I've submitted for last night. I have plans and I have a permit number, and we're proceeding to get it fixed.
You're proceeding to what?
Get it fixed and renovate the interior of the building as well.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a permit number if you'd like me to give it to you.
The city, the case is not complied. The city doesn't oppose to 28-day extension and stop the fines.
Okay. Do you think he can have the permit by then?
Yeah,
Okay.
they have already the plans.
Well, I already submitted the plan. I submitted the plans yesterday. I have the permit number. I'm just going through the review process now. Typically, I give the process between 3 and 4 weeks for the city to do their thing.
All
I
right.
expect to get comments back.
Okay. I'll get,
In 62 days, it will be better.
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
63 days I'm going to give you.
And that's to make sure that the permit is pulled.
No, that's to complete everything.
complete the work.
Yes, to put the property, back so it's not in violation, okay?
Okay. Per the violation is regarding the parapet wall.
Yeah.
If I get that resolved in the next 60 days,
Yeah.
would that be sufficient? Because I don't think I'll have the interior renovation done and whatnot.
Yes.
So just
correct.
make sure the parapet walls suffice. All right.
Okay,
Inspector, I'll be in touch.
Yeah, we are in touch.
Yes.
All right, 63 days, and I'll suspend any fines during that time.
Thank you very much.
You're
Have a great
Thank
day.
you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 20. Wait one second. Yes, 17. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, on page 20, my apologies. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., Senior Inspector Mary Rich presenting on his behalf. Property address 17 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard. Owner Thor Gallery at Beach Place LLC in care of Ryan LLC, Davina Tavares. Case number BE 23080070. This case was first heard on 10/19/23 to comply by 11/30/23. One section complied at $50. Total fine $1,600. The city is requesting to reduce fines to administrative cost of $891.54.
Good morning, Magistrate. Inspector Rich, presenting for Wilson Quintero Jr. The case and address are as read. This case was first heard on October 19, 2023, where the magistrate ruled in favor of the city and the owner was given 42 days to comply or of a fine of $50 per day. This is a mass hearing, so I'll go ahead and let the respondent speak first.
Okay. Please state your name for the record.
Yes, good morning. My name is Stephen Tilbrook with Ackerman Law Firm, representing the property owner. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today. I have with me...
Okay. Is your client in agreements with the reduction to administrative costs?
The property's been brought into compliance. We're hoping to have no fines assessed today. The bottom line is that this is the Marriott Harbor Beach. The Marriott Beach Place was responsible for getting this backflow detection, so they're going to be paying the fines anyway. We respectfully request that there be no fines.
Okay. Anything else?
No, the Inspector Quintero said that there was a management change, so that's why they didn't come into compliance in time. So he's in agreement the city was requesting the administrative cost.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
So I'm Blake Strands. I'm with Styles Property Management. We took over management of this property on November 1st. This was something we weren't even aware of until we got the notice of fine imposition. And we have an agreement with Marriott, a shared agreement for responsibility for various systems within the property. And Marriott is responsible for the testing and compliance for the fire backflow. We now track all the due dates for all of the backflows and all the other systems through our management systems. So we should not fall out of compliance again, but that's the reasoning behind the request, is that Marriott actually did this testing and got the device back in compliance.
Okay, I understand. And I'm going to reduce to administrative costs of $891.54. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 2. It's a new business case. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris. Property address 17 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard 2. Owner Thor Gallery at Beach Place LLC. In care of Ryan LLC, Davina Tavares. Case number BE 23120162. Notice posted at the property on 2/13/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard 3724.
Alexander Labores, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address as read. Initially visited this property on December 22nd, 2023 to investigate a complaint. During this inspection, we observed that there was deteriorated and loose guardrails at the second and third floor levels of the parking garage. The property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 47-20.20.h, parking facilities not maintained. There are parking facilities that are not maintained at this property, loose and or deteriorated guardrails at the second and third level. The case was opened on December 26, 2023. Inspection report mailed to the property owner on 12/26/2023. Record show no permit application as of yesterday, March 20th, 2024. City is requesting for the magistrate to find the violation exists and grant the property owner 28 days to come into compliance by obtaining the required permits and make repairs as required, or a fine of $100 per day thereafter. City is requesting mandatory reappearance in 28 days. City is also requesting for the final order to be recorded. The respondent is here to speak.
State your name again for the record, please.
Hi, good morning. Steve Tilbrook with Ackerman, Blake Strands with Stiles Property Management. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. This is the first time this case has come before you. We have undertaken significant amount of progress to achieve compliance. We submitted to the code official last night our set of plans that have been prepared for resolution of this. I'm going to let Blake comment on that, and we would like just to ask for this is a first. There has not been an extension on this before. This is the first time there's an extension. We need to do some work to get emergencies done, but at least 63 days is what we're asking for. But I'll let Blake give you an update.
Yeah, Your Honor. So we've been working on this since actually before we took over, and we've had about 6 or 7 different vendors come out to bid on the project. Unfortunately, the damage is extensive and required engineering. I have a set of preliminary plans from Kimley Horn Engineers. They just sent these to me yesterday morning. I sent them to the inspector last night. This project was reviewed by our chief of engineering and maintenance this morning. It will go out for bid today and tomorrow, due by the end of next week, and we expect to apply for a permit within the next 2 weeks and begin emergency repairs. So the engineering just became a larger project than we had expected. We thought we could do like-for-like repair, but unfortunately there's some structural damage that needs to be addressed as well. It's just going to take a little bit more time for that engineering to be completed.
Okay, any objection to 63 days?
I did wanted to ask a question.
Sure.
Is the garage remains in use right now?
The garage is in use, and we have installed water barriers across all of these cables. So we're limited because it's a post-tension structure, and we can't apply too much weight to the decks, but we do have a visible and physical deterrent at the downed cables, and we've also closed off large sections of the garage.
The city would support a 28-day supports a 28-day extension and a mandatory reappearance, and it's we would request that the engineer. Well, let me ask this: has the engineer inspected that temporary solution that you just mentioned?
Yes, the engineer's aware and has been on site since the temporary solution has been in place. We have not received any guidance as of yet as to any changes to the temporary solution.
Okay. So the city would request a signed seal letter prepared by the engineer stating if there's any imminent danger and if the temporary actions taken are reasonable to mitigate the hazardous conditions. Also, the letter shall state if the structure is safe for its intended use. Can you provide that letter within the next 28 days before the next hearing?
Yes, I believe I can get a letter. We may need to make some changes to the MOT, but I'm pretty sure that we can get something.
Okay. The city has no objection, 28-day extension, mandatory reappearance?
Okay, all right, so I'm going to do the 28 days. We need that letter as soon as possible because this is a safety issue. And, if, everything's being diligently handled and we have the letter, I'll be lenient about giving you more time, but I want a progress report in 28 days, so you'll have to come back, okay? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 23, Senior Inspector Leonardo Martinez. Property address 741 Northeast 19th Ave, owner Second Layer Equity LLC, case number BE 2306-0028. This case was first heard on 9/21/23. To comply by 12/21/23. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
Good morning. Building Inspector Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. There are a few permits in process. Cases not comply. I'm going to let the representative to speak.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
My name is Brent James.
Okay, and what's going on with the property?
We had to provide additional details for the permits that are outstanding. So those are being submitted on Monday, and we expect that if we have a small extension, we should be able to get those resolved.
Okay. City opposed to a small extension?
The city will agree to 28 days?
28 days would be sufficient, yes.
Okay.
Extension for them to...
All right, 28 days, and I'll suspend the fines during that time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Our next case is on page 22, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 717 Northwest First Street, case number BE 22110007, owner Kravis Holdings LLC. This case was first heard on 6/15/23 to comply by 8/17/23. One section complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $5,950.
Inspector Alvarez for the City of Fort Lauderdale, updating you on case number and address as read. The property was started for violation of Florida Building Code Section 105.1, work without permit. The case is now complied. The owner is here to speak.
My docket says it's complied.
Complied.
Yep.
It's
Oh,
complied.
I thought you said not complied, sorry.
Oh, my apologies. It is complied.
Okay, all right. Okay, please state your name for the record.
My name is Chris Gallagher. I'm one of the owners of the property.
Okay, what do you want to tell me in mitigation of these fines?
We work, we understand the importance of life safety. We bought the building back in 2003. This, we had a fire marshal came by. We understood the situation, attempted to hire different contractors. Some contractors fell out. We diligently pursued, which we did finally rectify. We're glad it's in compliance now, and unfortunately, it just took much longer than anticipated, and we're glad that it's done. Unfortunately, we've owned this property for 20 years. We've depleted all savings that we have, that we did, accrue over that time period, because it was about $50,000 to fix it. So it was a big haul to make it in compliance. But like we said, we understand the importance of life safety as it relates.
Okay.
Your Honor, the owner, they've been very cooperative. They've been, as he said, they've been trying to come into compliance. The city does not object to a reduction of fine to administrative costs, $1,442. $1,442.
Okay, I think that's reasonable. I'm going to oppose just the administrative cost and waive the fines.
I mean, as we previously stated, that we spent $50,000. Like, we are tapped out at this point as far as financial resources. We're hoping for some leniency on that.
All right, I will reduce to $700, and that's it. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 29, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 3811 Southwest 11th Street, owner Norel A. Gums, homestead exempted Sonia Cooper Gums, case number CE 14120733. This case was first heard on 6/4/15 to comply by 7/16/15. One section complied at $50. Total fines $5,900. The city is requesting to abate fines.
Jose Saragusti, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case number as read. The case is complied. The city is requesting to abate the fines.
Please state your name for the record.
Sonia Cooper Gums.
Okay, I'm assuming you're in agreement with the abating of the fines.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Abated? Okay. Our next case is on page 37. Sorry. We did? Oh, never mind. Not that one. Our next case is on page 23. Senior Inspector Leonardo Martinez. Property address 611 North Federal Highway. Owner 611 Federal LLC. Case number BE 23030018. This case was first heard on 8/17/23 to comply by 10/19/23. One section complied at $50. Total fines $2,400. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,410.88.
Building Inspector Martinez, representing the city, case and others as read. The case is complied. I'm just going to let the representative speak.
Okay, please
Morning,
state
Your
your
Honor.
name. Good morning.
Edward McGee on behalf of the 611, the owner. Our firm represents him. Last time we were here, Inspector Martinez suggested $1,250. I asked to see what the administrative fees were, and we have no objection to that. $1,250, now it's $1,400, but
Costs keep going up.
well, the last time I was here was just to look at what the fees were that had been
Inflation.
assessed.
Your Honor, I will agree to go back to the 1275.
Okay, all right.
Sold.
1275.
We'll
Got it.
accept. He's been a terrific inspector. He's worked with my client, Mr. Fisher, very well, and he's been reasonable.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I get an invoice or someplace to send
You'll
this?
get an order in the mail.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 29. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 4010 Galt Ocean Drive, number 1109. Owner, Marcelia Osamar Trust, case number CE 17040814. This case was first heard on 8/10/17 to comply by 10/12/17. One section complied at $50. Total fine, $17,850. The city is requesting to abate all fines.
Jose Saragusti, building inspector for the city, presenting the case number as read. The case is complied. The city is requesting to abate the fines.
Okay, please state your name for a record.
Marcelia Osamor.
Okay, and I'm assuming you're in agreement with the abating of
Thank you,
fines. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 27. Leo? Okay. Senior Inspector Leonardo Martinez, presenting on behalf of Chief George Oliva, property address 821 North Victoria Park Road, owner Lakin Babech RLB LLC, in care of Richard Lakin. Case number BE 23010136. This case was first heard on 6/15/23 to comply by 12/12/23. One section not complied at $100. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $9,900, which continues to accrue.
Inspector Martinez, a representation of Chief Oliva, case and address as read. The case is not complied. I'm going to let the representative speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Giselle Prince with the property management company, MG Property Management.
Okay, what's taken so long?
The job is actually complied. We're waiting for the inspector to come back and inspect the job and then report it to us.
Want to give a short extension for the inspection?
No, Your Honor. I mean, the builder recertification program, Broward County of Appeal, that we follow the rules. They're very strict on this. I mean, at this moment, we just request to impose the fines, and they can afterwards come back with lien amnesty. But we got to stick to the BORA rules.
Your Honor, because as Your Honor knows, the inspector doesn't go out and inspect.
It's the engineer company that said they need to come back to inspect, but they're so behind and backed up. We've told them so many times. We have the paperwork to say that we've completed the job. They have not come out. Now they're unresponsive whenever we're calling.
Right. The architect or engineer has to come out, verify that the necessary repairs are done, so he or she can issue a final letter recertifying the building. But as Your Honor has heard from the senior inspector and hears from the chief often, unfortunately, we have to keep to the timeframes mandated by the Board of Rules and Appeals, by the county. So we would ask for imposition, and then once you're in full compliance, the city, the clerks and so forth can help you with the lien amnesty program.
Okay, do you understand that?
No. Speak English.
You know, Broward County sets some of this stuff up, and we just kind of have to go along. So we're following the mandates here. But however, the city does have an amnesty program. And once your property is put in compliance, you can fill out an amnesty application.
To get the fines reduced.
To get the fines reduced.
To 10%. That's the current program. It's a 10%. It's a reduction of the fine to a flat 10% of the total fee.
Okay, so assuming that it goes in your favor, that would be, instead of $9,900, it would be $9,990.
Is it possible to just ask for a few days extension to actually get the inspector out, the engineer out there? Because we're doing everything we did on our part.
Yeah.
It's just them behind. And
Yeah, unfortunately, this has been going on for since June of last year, and so my ruling's going to stand. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 20, Senior Inspector Mary Rich, property address 125 North Birch Road, owner Springbrook Gardens, Inc., a condo, case number BE 23060052. This case was first heard on 10/19/23 to comply by 1/18/24. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $3,100, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, your Magistrate Senior Inspector Rich for the City of Fort Lauderdale. The case and address are as read by the clerk. This is a massive hearing and case is not complied. I have spoke with the property manager, Jordan, regarding this case, and he was going to request additional time. They did apply for a permit, and then it has been issued, so I'll let them speak at this time.
Okay.
Hi,
Please
good
state your
morning.
name.
I'm Jordan Ford with MG Property Management.
Okay, what kind of extension are you asking for?
Okay, we're asking if we could have a 180-day extension.
Why?
Okay, so as noted, the permit has been applied for. There's concrete restoration work being done. It took some time because we had to get drawings done, and then we're working with Bengoa Construction to have the restoration actually completed. And as noted, the permit has been issued, so now the work is in progress.
The city doesn't object to the extension.
Okay, 182 days, and I'll suspend the fines during that time.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 32. Inspector Preston Mark, property address 1107 Northwest 15th Street. Excuse me. Owner Pierre Plancher, Yvonne Plancher, and all others. Case number CE 1611041. This case was first heard on 5/18/17 to comply by 8/17/17. One section complied at $100. Total fines $213,500. The city is requesting to abate all fines.
Inspector Preston Mark with the city. Case and address is read. The respondent is here to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Hello, my name is Pierre Plancher.
Okay, I assume that you are in agreement to abate the fines.
Yeah, actually, yes. We.
Quit while you're ahead. That means no fines.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Good
Thank you
luck.
very much.
Our next case is on page 22. Senior Inspector Alexander Obores, property address 1616 Northeast 16th Avenue. Owner Cotoperi Realty LLC. Case number BE 22110086. This case was first heard on 7/20/23 to comply by 9/21/23. Fines suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $5,950.
Inspector.
Sorry, I didn't call the inspector name.
Inspector Alvarez for the City of Fort Lauderdale, updating you on case number and address is read. This property was cited for violation of Florida Building Code 2020, Section 105.1, work without permit. The owner is banning communication. The case is now complied, and he's here to speak.
Please state your name.
Good morning, my name is Jose Sigala.
Okay, sir, why did it take so long for this property to come into compliance?
I always try my best. The problem was the contractor that always had a lie after lie and lie. I was always in contact with Mr. Alvarez, and he helped me, and we push a lot to get the permits, and that's the truth. That's what takes so long.
Okay, city have a recommendation?
Yeah, the city does not object to the administrative cost, $1,664.
Okay, so ordered. We're going to reduce it to administrative costs.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Your Honor, at this time, the city is requesting a brief recess.
Okay.
Our next case is on page 9, property address 441 Southwest 27th Ave, owner Southeastern Conference Association of Seventh-day Adventists, Inc., case number BE 2308-0351. Notice posted at the property on 2/29/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3724. This is a new business case. Chief George Oliva.
Thank you.
Senior Inspector Leonardo Martinez. Page 9, 441 Southwest 27th Ave.
Hi. Good morning. Good morning.
Building Inspector Martinez, representing Chief Oliva. The report was submitted, but it failed. The city is asking for 180-day extension and $100 per day thereafter.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
Okima McIntosh.
And are you in agreement with the 180-day extension to get the work done?
That's what we were coming here to ask for. It's almost there, but we need more time.
All right.
Yeah. Is there a fine right now, or?
No,
No fines.
180 days to submit a new report.
And the day starts from today?
Yeah, no repairs required. During the 180 days, you got to bring a new report with no repairs required.
Okay.
And then it will be fine.
Okay, but when does it start, so we know?
Today.
Today, okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Our next case is on page 6, Chief George Oliva, property address 255 Southeast 14th Street. Owner PS Global LLC, case number BE 2309-0055. Notice posted at the property on 2/16/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3724.
Building Inspector Martinez, representing Chief Oliva. The required safety inspection report has not been approved. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
Okay. Please state your name for the record.
Hi, Peter Skirbo. I'm the property owner.
Okay. So you will have 42 days in order to get the report done.
Okay, is it possible to get an extension with that? We hired a company in Fort Lauderdale, and they came out, they inspected, we made the repairs, and then they informed us that we needed to come to this meeting, that for whatever reason, which I think was the incorrect information.
What you need is a report filed within the 42 days, and then you'll get 180 days to complete the work. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Our next case, Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, on page 1, property address 615 North Andrews Ave, owner Wisdom Village Crossing LP, case number BE 23110186. Notice posted at the property on 2/16/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3724.
Good morning. Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The case was opened in November 30th, 2023. I received this case from Chief George Oliva regarding the property in disrepair. The property was sited under City of Fort Lauderdale Ordinance Code Section 9-280B, building parts deteriorated and not maintained. Final notice was mailed on December 15, 2023. Notice of hearing posted on the property in February 16, 2024. I went to the property and being with the property manager, Janelle Lowe, and let him know the violation. And I contact them again for a second time. Last week, the building it was under repair. We're asking the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 63 days to come in compliance or a fine of $100 per day thereafter, and mandatory appearance. I will let the respondent speak.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Milton Flores.
Okay, are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 63 days?
Yes, the property was completed in the exterior. At least everything has been sealed. The only thing we're pending is the flooring from 704, but she notified us on Monday that we have to wait until she comes back because her father passed away. We already have the vendor contractor ready to go out beginning of the week, but we have to wait until she comes back and gives us access to it. That's the only thing that's pending. Everything else has been already
Okay,
taken
so
care of.
63 days should be ample time. And
Yeah, we could recall them and for reinspection, or so we could check everything
yes,
out.
well, I'm going to tell you what you got to do. If, in fact, the property is in compliance before then, you need to call for an inspection, and then you won't have to come back for the hearing.
Sounds
okay? All right. Okay. 63 days or $100 a day, and reappear on my May 23rd docket if it's not in compliance.
Sounds good. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Have a great day.
Our next case is on page 36. Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 3010 Northeast 47th Street. Owner David Lewis. Case number CE 141-00269. This case was first heard on 4/2/15 to comply by 5/21/15. One section complied at $50. Total fines $900. The city is requesting to abate all fines.
Inspector Preston Mock on behalf of the city. Case and address is read. The respondent is here to address.
Please state your name for the record.
David Lewis.
All right, Mr. Lewis, I'm assuming you're in favor of abating the fines?
Absolutely. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 5. Chief George Oliva, property address 215 Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard, owner Beach Place Towers Condominium Association, Inc., in care of property tax. Case number BE 23090029. Notice posted at the property on 2/14/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3/7/24.
Building Inspector Martinez, representing Chief Oliva, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but it failed. The city is asking for a 180 days extension and $100 per day thereafter.
Sir, please state your name for the record.
Aaron Greyer.
Okay. And are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 180 days?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 20. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 1320 Northwest 19th Street. Owner Paris Lakes, homestead exempted, Shaniqua L. Williams, case number BE 2201-0014. This case was first heard on 9/15/22 to comply by 11/17/22. One section not complied at $50. Total fines $9,100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount, which continues to accrue. Suspensions noted.
Building Inspector Saragusti on behalf Inspector Jorge Martinez and the City of Fort Lauderdale. The case number as read, the case is in compliance. The city is requesting to waive the fines.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
Good morning. My name is Shaniqua Williams.
All right, assuming you're in agreement with waiving the fines.
Yes, I am.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 19. Chief George Oliva, property address 3200 North Ocean Boulevard. Owner La Hermitage 2 Condo Association, Inc. Case number 2308, BE 2308-0248. Notice posted at the property on 1/30/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3/7/24.
Building Inspector Martinez, in representation of Chief George Oliva, Case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is asking for a 180-day extension or $100 per day thereafter to submit a new report.
Okay, sir, please state your name. Good morning.
My name is Lars Peter Anderson.
Okay, are you in agreement with 180 days?
Yes, we are.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thanks for your patience waiting.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 27. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 1316 Northwest 2nd Ave. Owner Adele A. Nasra. Case number CE 15092347. This case was first heard on 4/21/16. To comply by 6/2/16, one section complied at $100. The city is requesting to vacate order imposing fine from 7/28/16 and final order from 4/21/16.
Jose Saragusti, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case number as read. The case is complied. The city requesting to vacate the final order.
Sir, please state your name.
Adele Nasra.
Okay, I'm sure you're in agreement with vacating the orders.
Yes,
okay.
I am.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to page 33, Inspector Preston Mark, property address 1250 Southwest 29th Street. Owner Denise R. Morris. Case number CE 141111386. This case was first heard on 4/16/15 to comply by 6/4/15. One section complied at $50. Total fines $23,600. The city is requesting to abate all fines.
Inspector Preston Mark, on behalf of the city, case and address is read. The respondent is here to to speak on behalf.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Denise Morris. I'm the owner of the property.
Okay, and you agree to abate the fines?
Yes, ma'am. I didn't own the property at the time.
Okay, I
Yes,
appreciate it.
of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day.
Our next case is also on page 33, property address 1180 Northeast 1st Street. Case number CE 1111936. Owner Investments at South Florida LLC. This case was first heard on 6/21/12 to comply by 12/27/12. One section complied at $25. Total fine $61,900. The city is requesting to abate all fines.
Inspector Preston Mark, on behalf of the city, case and address is read. The respondent is here to address the court.
Please state your name for the record.
Sorry, Rodrigo Mosegui.
Okay, and you're in agreement to abate the fines?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Property address, page 24, Senior Inspector Leonardo Martinez. Property address 2436 Cat Cay Lane. Case number BE 22090127. Owner Mario and Yelena Thatcher. This case was first heard on 5/18/23 to comply by 7/20/23. Fine suspended as noted. Two sections not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $18,100, which continues to accrue.
Okay, what page? I'm sorry.
24 at the top.
Okay, thank you.
Building Inspector Leo Martinez, the case and address as read. Your Honor, this case has been going on since 2022. The city doesn't support any extension at this time. I'm going to let the representative speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Joseph Caruso.
Okay, Mr. Caruso, why is this property taking so long?
Well, the owner purchased this property and it had all kinds of fines. We've taken care of a lot of them. There's a couple of issues that are resolved. We would like to get a variance on a shed that was originally permitted, and the city said it was altered, which, I mean, I don't know if it was by the prior owner. So we'd like to get an extension for a variance, if it's possible.
City doesn't support an extension, Your Honor. The case has been open since 2022. I've been agreed to extension after extension because of the owner didn't, he purchased the property as it was. That's why it's been dragging it so long. But and I've been sending him emails, every month, listen, we're getting closer to the hearing. We're getting closer. It's not like I let it sit there and I'm not warning him that, city at this time, city doesn't support an extension. I mean, after they comply, they can apply for a lien amnesty.
Okay. Yeah, this has been too long. I'm going to have to impose the fine. But if you go ahead and get the variance and you fill out the application for amnesty, then you're likely going to get it reduced to 10%. So,
Okay.
yeah. All right?
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right, Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 30. Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 612 Northeast 11th Ave. Owner Jesse Enriquez. Case number CE 1905-0764. This case was first heard on 9/10/19. 2 complied by 10/22/19. 1 section complied at $50. Total fines $59,350. The city is requesting to abate all fines.
Inspector Preston Mark on behalf of the city. Case and address is read. The respondent is available to address the court.
Jesse Enriquez.
Okay.
I'm sorry, and Senior Inspector, can you guys lower your voices, please? Thank you.
All right. Say your name again.
Jesse Enriquez.
Okay, Mr. Enriquez, your agreement to abate the fines.
I'm responsible for 59,000. You said?
No.
Correct, yeah, she's going to wipe out the fines.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay.
So thank you, guys.
All right.
Our next case, also Inspector Preston Mark on page 30. Property address 101 Southeast 23rd Street. Owner Bunkhouse Holdings LLC. Case number BE 23020162. This case was first heard on 6/15/23 to comply by 8/17/23. Fine suspended as noted. 1 section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $6,250, which continues to accrue.
Inspector Preston Mark on behalf of the city. Case and address is read. The respondent is here to address.
Please state your name for the record.
Bruce Forbes, the owner of Bunkhouse Holdings, and I'm here with my contractor.
All right, Mr. Forbes, what's going on with the property?
So we've got the main alteration permit. We got that issued.
Okay.
And we're now working on the electrical and plumbing permit, and I'm going to let my contractor explain where we're at.
Okay. Good morning, sir. Please state your name.
Good morning, Chad Kraisman, CLK Builders contractor.
Okay.
It's been a big confusion because of the 2 properties on there, two houses on the same property.
Okay.
So the back house is completely to compliance now, but now we're getting the front house, which they're saying is more done than which actually was. No trusses, no impact doors or anything was done. But we did remove a few things, bathroom and the kitchen, which is in process now of getting permitted. So it's just been a long time. We've had 4 different revisions on the back to keep that going, but we've just been waiting.
How much time do you think you need?
We were asking for 63 days.
The city will support the 63 days. The fines is a question. I'm not sure if we can hold the fines. It's because it continues to accrue.
We can ask for standing fines. Is that
Yeah.
true?
Can we ask to stop the fines?
The city will support that.
Okay. All right, 63 days, I'll suspend the fines, and, okay, that's it.
Thank you.
So, excuse me, does that include any of the previous fines? Are you going to abate those?
I'm not addressing the fines.
We're not abating the
Until the
fines.
property's
We're
in
just
compliance.
suspending the fines.
I'm just suspending them now for the 63 days that I'm giving you this extension for. And then when it's in compliance, you can come back and address the fines.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 17. Chief George Oliva, property address 1851 Southeast 10th Ave. Owner 17th Street Causeway LLC. Wait, this case is closed.
No.
1851 Southeast? Oh, sorry. Different. Okay, I read the wrong one. Property address 1851 Southeast 10th Ave at the bottom of page 17. Owner KCM CLFLL LLC. Case number BE 23090023. Notice posted at the property on 2/16/24. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 3/7/24.
Building Inspector Martinez, on behalf of Chief George Oliva, representing the city. Case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is asking for 180-day extension or $100 per day thereafter to submit a new report.
Okay. Please state your name for the record.
George Reyes?
Okay, are you in your agreement with the 180 days?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 2. Senior Inspector Alessandro Borges, property address 1401 Southeast 15th Street, 208. Owner, Cochise Cordova Arms LLC. Case number BE23070004. Notice posted at the property on 2/22/24. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3724.
Inspector Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-280B, building parts not maintained, for the roof being in disrepair. The case was opened on July 3rd, 2023. Inspection report mailed to the property owner on 8/7/2023. Records show no permit application has been submitted. The city has been in communication with the property manager. City is requesting for the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 63 days to come into compliance by obtaining the required permits and make repairs as required, or a fine of $50 per day thereafter. City is also requesting mandatory appearance in 63 days and the final order to be recorded. Is the respondent here want to add anything?
Please state your name for the record. All right, are you in agreement with the 63-day extension?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you will have an order to reappear on 5/23 if it's not complied before. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 25. Inspector Linda Holloway, property address 601 Northwest 22nd Road. Owner Betty Soul Food, Inc. Case number BE23010147. This case was first heard on 9/21/23 to comply by 11/23/23. One section not complied at $100. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $11,800, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, Your Honor. Inspector Linda Holloway on behalf of the city, presenting case number and property address as read. The property, as stated, is not yet in compliance, and the owner is here to request an extension. The city does not oppose to an extension.
Okay, please state your name. All right, Ms. Taylor, how much time do you think you need?
98 days?
91 days?
Well, that's 91?
Okay.
Okay, great, thank you.
All right, 91 days works.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your
And
Honor.
we'll stay the fines, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next case is also on page 25. Inspector Linda Holloway, property address 441 Isle of Palms Drive. Case number BE23120173. Owner Andrew Fuchsa Jr. I don't know if I pronounced it right. Heather M. Green Fuchsa. Case number I read the case number already. This is a citation case. This property was cited on 12/28/23 to comply by 12/28/23. One section complied at $200. Total fines $4,000. Appeal deadline 1/12/24. No appeal received. The city is requesting to impose fines of $500.
Good morning, Your Honor. Inspector Linda Holloway on behalf of the city, presenting case BE 231-201-73441 Isle of Palm Drive is the property address. On December 28th, 2023, while conducting my Group 1 sill inspections, I observed the following violation, 2411D. There is trash and debris and no construction dumpster on this property. Citation 1221 was completed and posted on the property. You'll see on some of the pictures there was times that the dumpster was present, but and empty with debris still on site. And as stated, the city is requesting $500 fine be imposed for this violation.
Please state your name for the record.
Yes, Huffman, trustee. I'm the general contractor. We provided a power of attorney
Okay.
and an affidavit as such.
Okay. You in agreement with the reduction the city requested of $500?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next case, Senior Inspector Alejandro Del Rio on page 21, property address 2670 East Sunrise Boulevard parking. Owner Sunrise at Galleria LLC, case number BE 211-20119. This case was first heard on 6/16/22 to comply by 10/2022. One section complied at $100. Total fines $14,700. City is requesting to reduce fines to administrative costs of $2,002.08. Suspensions are noted.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio for the city, updating case as read. City is in agreement of reduction of fines to administrative costs.
Okay. Please state your name.
Good morning. Patricia Tenney's for Allowed Properties.
Okay. Are you in agreement with the reduction to administrative costs?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So can we just go ahead and hear it anyway, since she's here? Yeah, please.
Page 21, property address 424 Northwest 22nd Ave. Owner Elderman Stone, case number BE 2208-0236. This case was first heard on 2/16/23 to comply by 3/30/23. One section complied at $50. City is requested to vacate order imposing fines from 5/18/23 and abate all fines and close case.
Okay.
Well, she can.
Oh, all right. I didn't know if he was going to speak or not. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to abate the fines.
Okay. And you said 30 was the other page?
Yeah,
And vacate.
And vacate the order. So you understand that no fines? Okay, thank you so much.
There's one more case. Yeah. Property address 424 Northwest 22nd Ave. Owner Elderman Stone, case number BE 2305.
What page is this one? Page?
Oh, 30 in the middle, 0019. This case was first heard on 9/21/23 to comply by 11/2/23. Fines suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total fines $5,200. City is requested to vacate final order from 9/21/23 and close case.
So ordered.
Thank you.
You're good to go.
Okay, this concludes all of our respondents. Oh. Okay, one moment.
All right, I need a quick break.
No, we're not. Oh, we're gonna break, yes. Recess. Case is on page 22. Property address 1101 Northeast 1st Street. Owner Leonardo Gonzalez. Kiriaki Gonzalez. I hope I said that right. Case number BE 23030128. 1101 Northeast 1st Street. This property was cited on 3/13/23 to comply by 6/13/23. One section complied at $250. Total fines $35,000. Appeal deadline 3/28/23. No appeal received. City is requesting to impose fines of $500. This is your case. Yes. Senior Inspector Alessandro Boris.
Alexander Arbores, Building Inspector for the city, updating you. Case number and address is read. As stated, the case is now complied, and the owner's representative is here to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Sibeli Avalar.
Okay. Are you in agreement with the reduction to $500?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love your dress.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, this concludes all our respondents. So moving back to page 1. Property address 2397 Southwest 18th Ave. Owner 2397 River Oaks LLC. Case number BE 23080255. Senior Inspector Jose Saragusi presenting on behalf of Inspector Jorge Martinez. Notice posted at the property on 2/29/24. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard 3/7/24.
It's River Oaks LLC, Southwest 18th Avenue.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of Inspector Martinez, regarding this case, presenting the case as read. Building structures that, in the opinion of building official, are unsafe or which have been substantially damaged or otherwise shall be deemed unsafe shall obtain permit to demolish the structure or bring the building to comply with applicable codes. The building had a fire, is abandoned without water and electricity, and all building parts are in disrepair. The city is requesting the following: that in the next 60 days, the owner apply for a required permit to bring the property into compliance with sign and seal submittal document from a licensed design profession, including an accurate itemized cost to restore the structure to meet the standard for human occupancy and to meet the minimum housing standards, or apply for demolition permit to demolish the unsafe and unhabitable structure, including all accessory structures on the parcel. In the event the owner does not apply for permit and move forward with the rehabilitation or demolition of the property, the city will move forward with the demolition, including all accessory structures on the parcel, and owner expense, and may lien the property to recover the demolition cost.
Okay, do I have to do 63 days or 60 days is okay for this one? All right, 60 days, so ordered.
Thank you.
Our next case is also on page 1. Inspector Linda Holloway. Property address 2301 Southeast 17th Street. Owner trust number P66-2020, P66 Land Trust LLC trustee. Did I read the case number? Case number BE 23120053. Notice posted at the property on 2/1/24. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard 3/7/24.
Thank you. Inspector Linda Holloway on behalf of the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case BE 23120053, property address 2301 Southeast 17th Street. The following violation was observed per BSI online tracking on December 7th, 2023. Violation section 28-155.A through F. The existing fire backflow prevention device has not been tested for the subsequent recertification as per the City of Fort Lauderdale Municipal Code of Ordinances. A final notice was mailed to the owner listed on BCPA on December 7th, 2023. A pre-hearing check of BSI online tracking shows done on March 19, 2024, shows that the violation remains as depicted on the photo. The city is requesting 42 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Our next case is on page 2 at the top. Senior Inspector Mary Rich, property address 511 San Marco Drive, owner James E. Berger. Case number BE 2308-0424. Notice posted at the property 2224, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3724.
Good morning, Inspector Mary Rich presenting on behalf of the city. The case and address are as read by the clerk. Property was originally inspected by Inspector Justin Dressel on August 30th, 2023, and the following violation was cited. 9-1D, any violation of the Florida Building Code shall be in violation of this section and punishable as provided for in this section. There is construction work at this property that was started or completed without obtaining the required permits, consistent of but not limited to new driveway. Inspection report was mailed out on August 30th, 2023, and final notice on October 3rd, 2024 to owner listed in BCPA. As of pre-hearing inspection, violation remains. There is a permit on file that has been awaiting client reply since September 2023. The city is requesting 42 days or $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Our next case is on page 3 at the bottom. Property address 1445 West Broward Boulevard, owner Salvation Army Inc., in care of business administrator. Case number BE 231100149. Notice posted at the property on 2/12/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3724.
Inspector Rich, presenting for Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the city. Case number and address are as read by the clerk. The property was first inspected on November 28, 2023, where the following violation was found. Section 28-155A through F. The existing fire backflow prevention device has not been tested for the subsequent recertification as per City of Fort Lauderdale Municipal Code of Ordinances, Chapter 25-153 and 28-155. As a result, a final notice was mailed out to the owner listed in BCPA records. Reinspection conducted on January 2nd, 2023 revealed the violation remains, and the case was scheduled for special magistrate. Pre-hearing inspection conducted and a check of the system revealed that the violation still remains with no change. I did have a phone call with the property representative, and the city is requesting 42 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 4, Inspector Preston Mark, property address 1455 Southeast 17th Street, owner Southport Retail LLC, in care of principal real estate investor. Case number BE 23090191. Notice posted at the property 2/21/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3724.
Inspector Preston Mark, Bill Inspector for the city, representing case and addresses read. There were expired permits related to this property. As stated in today's agenda, I have been in contact with the contractor, Arthur Adams, who indicated that he's in the process of renewing the permits. He's not available to respond, so the city is requesting 42 days to comply or $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 2900 Northeast 30th Street, G-5, case number BE 23090083. Owner Residential Credit Opor Trust, Wilmington Savings Fund trustee. Notice posted at the property 2/21/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3724.
Preston Mark, Bill Inspector for the city, representing presenting case and address as read. There were also expired permits related to this property stated in today's agenda. I have been in contact with the contractor, Robert Cardona. He indicated that he is in the process of renewing the permits. He's not available to respond today. The city is requesting 42 days to comply and $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 3110 Houston Street, owner Level 7 Real Estate LLC, case number BE 230700269, notice posted at the property 22124, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard 3724.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, representing case and address as read. This property was cited under violation ordinance section 9-1D. Any violation of the Florida Building Code shall be a violation of this section and punishable as provided for in this section. There is construction or was construction work at this property that was started and completed without obtaining the required permits, consisting of, but not limited to, interior alteration, kitchen, bathroom, and impact windows. The case was opened 7/24/23. Inspection report mailed 8/10/23. Final notice mailed 10/26/23, and special magistrate notice mailed 12/28/23. Based on our records, the permit application BLDGEN 24010342 was recently submitted for interior alteration and is awaiting corrections. I've been in regular communication with the property owner and contractor, and I'm pretty confident that they will have the permits pulled shortly. Respondents are not available to speak. The city is requesting that magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 63 days to come in compliance, or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 8, property address 400 Southwest 3rd Ave, owner DFW 18 LLC, Chief George Aliba, case number BE 23080371, notice posted at the property on 2/21/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard 3724.
Inspector Martinez, representing Chief Oliva, case analysis as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is asking for a 180-day extension or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 401 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard, owner Beach Boys Plaza Inc. in care of Homoy. Case number BE 23080436, notice posted at the property on 2/14/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard 3724.
Inspector Martinez, representing the city, case analysis as read. The required safety inspection report has not been submitted. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days and or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 401 Southeast 18th Court, owner Broward House Inc., case number BE 23090070, notice posted at the property 2/16/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard 3724.
Inspector Martinez, representing the city, case analysis as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is asking for a 180-day extension or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address, page 9, property address 407 Southeast 9th Street, case number BE 23080401, owner Alir Limited, notice posted at the property on 2/16/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard 3724.
Inspector Martinez, representing the city, case analysis as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is asking for a 180-day extension or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 501 Southwest 21st Terrace, owner Catherine Esler, case number BE 23080349, notice posted at the property 2/29/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard 3724.
Inspector Martinez, representing the city, case analysis as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is asking for a 180-day extension or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 10, property address 515 Southwest 21st Terrace, owner NASVA LLC, case number BE 2308-0352, notice posted at the property 22924, posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard, 3724.
Building Inspector Martino representing the city, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been submitted. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 621 Southwest 21st Terrace, owner Catherine R. Essler, case number BE 2308-0353, notice posted at the property 22924, posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard, 3724.
Building Inspector Martino representing the city, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is asking for a 180-day extension or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 10 at the bottom, property address 700 Westborough Boulevard, owner Gail Wins LLC, case number BE 2308-0398, notice posted at the property on 2/12/24, posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard, 3724.
Inspector Martino representing the city, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been submitted. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 12, property address 1100 Southeast 3rd Ave, owner Regent Bank, case number BE 2309-0042, notice posted at the property 2/2/24, posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard, 3724.
Inspector Martino representing the city. Tasha, is that 1100?
Yes.
Inspector Martino representing the city, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is asking for a 180-day extension or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 13, property address 1215 Southeast 2nd Ave, owner Through the Narrow Gate LLC. Wow. Case number BE 2309-0052. Notice posted at the property on 2/16/24, posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard, 3724.
Inspector Martino representing the city, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been submitted. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 1335 South Andrews Avenue, owner FT 1335 LLC, SS 1335 LLC, case number BE 2309-0059. Notice posted at the property on 2/21/24, posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard, 3724.
Inspector Martino representing the city, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been submitted. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days and or fines $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
On page 14, property address 1445 Westborough Boulevard, owner Salvation Army, Inc., in care of business administrator, case number BE 2308-0339, notice posted at the property 2/12/24, posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard, 3724.
Inspector Martino representing the city, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been submitted. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days and fines of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 14 still, property address 1500 Cordova Road, 310, owner 1500 Cordova Road LLC, case number BE 2309-0011, notice posted at the property on 2/14/24, posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard, 3724.
Inspector Martino representing the city, case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is asking for a 180-day extension or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 1500 Southeast 17th Street, owner S3 Hospitality LLC, in care of Holiday Inn Express, case number BE 2309-0039, notice posted at the property on 2/16/24, posted at 1 Eastborough Boulevard, 3724.
Inspector Martino representing the city, case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been submitted. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 15, property address 1560 Argyle Drive, owner John S. and Natalie Adele Peets, case number BE 2308-0369, Notice posted at the property on 2/14/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3/7/24.
Inspector Martinez representing the city. Case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been submitted. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
At the bottom of page 15, property address 1730 North Federal Highway, owner Bal Harbor Square LLC, case number BE 2308-0276. Notice posted at the property on 1/29/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3/7/24.
Inspector Martinez representing the city. Case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is asking for a 180-day extension or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 16, property address 1744 North Federal Highway, owner Bal Harbor Square LLC, case number BE 2308-0275. Notice posted at the property on 1/29/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3/7/24.
Inspector Martinez representing the city. Case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is asking for a 180-day extension or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 1800 South Federal Highway, owner Shalini Hospitality Fort Lauderdale LLC, case number BE 2308-0443. Notice posted at the property on 2/14/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3/7/24.
Building Inspector Martinez representing the city. Case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been submitted. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
At the bottom of page 16, property address 1801 South Andrews Ave, owner 1801 Associates LLC, case number BE 2309-0063. Notice posted at the property 2/2/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3/7/24.
Building Inspector Martinez representing the city. Case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is asking for a 180-day extension or $100 per day thereafter to submit a new report.
So ordered.
Page 17, property address 1812 South Andrews Ave, owner Holman Automotive Inc., doing DBA Lauderdale BMW, case number BE 2309-0065. Notice posted at the property 2/2/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3/7/24.
Building Inspector Martinez representing the city. Case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is asking for a 180-day extension or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 18, property address 1860 North Federal Highway, owner Bal Harbor Square LLC, case number BE 2308-0282. Notice posted at the property 1/29/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3/7/24.
Building Inspector Martinez representing the city. Case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is asking for a 180-day extension or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 1919 Northwest 19th Street, owner LRF3 MIA 19th Street LLC, case number BE 2309-0047. Notice posted at the property 2/16/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3/7/24.
Building Inspector Martinez representing the city. Case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been submitted. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 19, property address 5200 Northwest 31st Ave, owner Billups at Lakeview Condo Association, Inc., case number BE 2308-0393. Notice posted at the property on 1/30/24, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 3/7/24.
Building Inspector Martinez representing the city. Case and address as read. The report was submitted, but repairs are required. The city is asking for a 180-day extension or $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 20, hearing to impose fines. Property address 616 Northwest 2nd Ave, owner Northwest 6th Investments LLC, case number BE 22110035. This case was first heard on 8/17/23 to comply by 10/19/23. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total fines $4,500. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,649.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 21 at the bottom. Property address 2729 East Oakland Park Boulevard. Owner Can-Am Oakland Properties LLC, case number BE 2302-0008. This case was first heard on 6/15/23. To comply by 8/17/23. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total fines $2,100. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,303.87.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 23 at the bottom. Property address 1401 Holly Heights Drive, 1-4. Owner 1401, number trust. Fidelity First Holdings LLC trustee. Case number BE 230-30100. This case was first heard on 8/17/23. To comply by 10/12/23. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose fines of $6,600, which continues to accrue.
So ordered.
Page 24 at the bottom. Property address 2710 Davie Boulevard. Owner La Segunda Realty Corp. Case number CE 1905-1442. This case was first heard on 9/10/19. To comply by 10/22/19. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $71,950, which continues to accrue.
So ordered.
Page 25. Property address 337 Coconut Isle Drive. Owner 335 Coconut Isle Drive LLC. Case number BE 2311-0053. This property was cited on 11/7/23. To comply by 11/7/23. One section complied at $500. City is requesting to impose fines of $500.
So ordered.
Property address 441. I did that one, right? Yeah, okay. Sorry. Property address 2421 Barcelona Drive. Owner CNFF Development LLC. Case number BE 2401-0045. This property was cited on 1/9/24. To comply by 1/9/24. One section complied at $150. Total fines $1,500. The city is requesting to impose fines of $500.
So ordered.
Page 26, withdrawn. Okay, property address 716 Northeast 14th Ave, 1-8. Owner ACS 716 LLC, case number BE 2109-0167. This case was first heard on 1/20/22. To comply by 3/3/22. One section complied at $100. City is requesting to vacate the order imposing fine from 5/18/23 and reimpose fines to administrative costs of $1,275.
So ordered.
Okay. Case number BE 2301-0160. Property address 819 Northwest 7th Ave. Owner Star Property 8 LLC. This case was first heard on 6/15/23. To comply by 7/27/23. One section complied at $100. Total fines $12,300. The city is requesting to reduce fines to administrative costs of $1,275.
So ordered.
On to page 27. Property address 842 Southwest 2nd Street, 1-6. Case number BE 2107-0357. Owner GFLNG LLC. This case was first heard on 12/16/21. To comply by 6/14/22. One section complied at $100. Total fines $35,100. The city is requested to vacate the order imposing fine from 5/18/23 and reimpose fines to administrative costs of $1,275.
I'm sorry, what page was that on? I missed something.
Oh, 27 in the middle.
Oh, okay.
842 Southwest 2nd Street.
Oh, okay. So ordered.
Okay, thank you. Page 28, property address 1337 Southwest 24th Ave, case number CE 1703-1420. Owner Rafael Sanchez, Belkis Martinez Hernandez. This case was first heard on 2/1/18. To comply by 3/15/18. One section complied at $50. The city is requested to abate fines.
So ordered.
Property address 1901 North Ocean Boulevard, S6E. Owner Fred Brathwaite, Verstein Brathwaite. Case number CE 110666. This case was first heard on 5/17/12. To comply by 6/14/12. One section complied at $25. Total fines $56,625. City is requesting to abate fines.
So ordered.
Property address 3114 Northeast 21st Street. Owner Cecilia Parra. Case number CE 141-00881. This case was first heard on 4/16/15 to comply by 6/14/15. One section complied at $50. Total fines $151,500. The city is requesting to abate all fines.
So ordered.
Page 29 is done. Page 30 is done. Page 31, property address 900 Northeast 18th Ave, 1201. Case number BE 23060113. Owner Maria F. Macia and Ted Dranius. This case was first heard on 10/19/23 to comply by 11/30/23. One section complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $150.
So ordered.
Property address 1060 Northwest 23rd Terrace. Case number CE 09110210. Owner Delarice Wilson Smith. This case was first heard on 8/21/14 to comply by 9/18/14. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $25. City is requesting to abate all fines.
So ordered.
Page 32, property address 1107 Northwest 2nd Ave. Case number CE 141202062. Owner Michael Rizzo, Vivian Benham. This case was first heard on 2/14/16 to comply by 3/17/16. One section complied at $100. City is requested to abate all fines.
So ordered.
I said 14? Oh, first heard on 2/4/16, sorry.
Okay.
Page 32 at the bottom, property address 1119 Northwest 5th Ave. Owner Olsony St. Louis Almonard. Case number CE 140900439. This case was first heard on 6/14/15 to comply by 7/16/15. One section complied at $100. City is requesting to abate all fines.
So ordered.
Page 33, right at the top? Yeah. Property address 1150 Northwest 9th Terrace. Owner BH Nihami Capital LLC. Case number CE 1406137. This case was first heard on 2/15/15 to comply by 3/19/15. One section complied at $50. City is requested to abate all fines.
So ordered.
Did I say 2/5/15 or 2 something else? Okay, I'm sorry. All these numbers looking alike right now. Page 34 at the top. Property address 1705 Southwest 5th Court. Owner Joan Lydia Braverman. Case number CE 151000500. This case was first heard on 1/21/16 to comply by 3/3/16. One section complied at $50. City is requesting to abate all fines.
So ordered.
Property address 1839 Middle River Drive. Case number CE 190111753. Owner Rivers Bend Condo Association, Inc. This case was first heard on 5/14/19 to comply by 6/25/19. One section complied at $50. The city is requested to abate all fines.
So ordered.
Page 35, property address 2032 Northeast 29th Street. Case number CE 140911856. Owner Natasha K. Quist. This case was first heard on 4/2/15 to comply by 5/21/15. One section complied at $50. The city is requesting to abate all fines.
So ordered.
Property address 2301 Northeast 26th Street, number D1, case number CE 19090067. Owner John R. Katsakis, Revocable Living Trust. Susan G. Katsakis, Revocable Livable Trust. This case was first heard on 5/20/21 to comply by 7/15/21. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $48,950, which continues to accrue.
So ordered.
Actually, if I could jump in for a minute. Tasha, do we have service on this case? Just to confirm. So, and for the record, Rhonda Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office. Your Honor, the other magistrate on occasion, and this I think would be one of those occasions, has actually increased fines at Massey hearings when there's clear that there's been no effort to comply. And my concern on this case is that it's been out of compliance for 979 days. So I don't know if Your Honor would consider it, but I would suggest that we may want to think about raising the fine to $250 a day.
Yeah. Some of these cases that we made, unfortunately, were dropped cases from previous inspector.
Okay.
And I think this is one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's leave it as it is
Yeah.
then.
That's why we have submitted with the,
Perfect. No, thank you for that clarification.
Thank you. Page 36 at the top, property address 2829 Northeast 30th Street, number 207. Case number CE 18070194. Owner Robert M. Bauer. Trust Robert M. Bauer M. Trustee. Trust. I'm sorry. This case was first heard on 11/19/18 to comply by 12/31/18. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. City is requesting to abate all fines.
So ordered.
Property address 5910 Northeast 28th Ave. Owner Tara S. Yolison. Case number BE 23050191. This case was first heard on 10/9/23 to comply by 11/30/23. One section complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $350.
So ordered.
And Your Honor, this concludes all our cases. At this time, we would like to have all the cases that are listed on page 39 into the record as closed, withdrawn, or rescheduled.
So ordered.
Thank you. This concludes our March 21st, 2024 special magistrate hearing for the Building Division.